Just a brief introduction for those of you who do not know what Kayangan Saga is. Kayangan Saga is actually a third-person action-adventure game done in Unreal. The project took us about 1.5 years. The team consists of about 11 artists and 1 programmer.
Solo programmer?
Okay, I'd like to show you guys a video before I start. This is the Kayangan Saga trailer. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd like to introduce you the team that is behind the development of Kayangan Saga. We have our dedicated leader here, Nico. He's not here today, so I'm representing him. He is basically our art lead too. He handles the art direction of the game. And next we have Hafiz and Zali, who are the assistant team leads, and Zali here is the level designer and story writer of the game. And Hafiz is his main role is as a concept artist, and additional role as prop modeler. And next we have Caroline, the person that did this art book. Actually, this is actually our art book. It's available for download. She is also the UI artist for our game. And next we have Christian, who is over there. He's from Malaysia. He's our main character modeler and props modeler. And we have Jay, which is this guy over here. He's the guy that's behind anything that moves in the game. Yeah. And Paul, our concept artist and prop modeler. And we have BK, our games designer, and myself, the technical artist and level designer. And our two friends here from China, Eugene and Malaysia. Eugene is a 3D artist and Malaysia is an environmental concept artist. And last but not least, we have Afrate, our only programmer. He joined us during our mid-development to help us refine our gameplay. Okay, about Kayangan Saga. Kayangan Saga is actually a story-driven game. Our core story is about the dispute between two nations, the Austral and the Eon, good versus evil, technology versus nature. And basically you play as Arjuna, the main hero, and you have to fight through the Austral kingdom. So these are some of the early environmental art that we produced during the pre-production stage. We also have this world map just to help our story. Proceeding with the characters in game, we have our main hero, which is Arjuna. Our main hero actually can can change to different forms, the two forms, the tiger form and the rhino form. This is the tiger form and this is the rhino form. Yeah, they have to change to fit the battle situations. Like example, for the tiger, it's a speedy character which is fast moving and the different more agility, and the rhino is a tank character which is tougher and slower. And next, and we have Asmod over here, which is one of our mini bosses, which we couldn't get it into the game in time due to time constraints. And next we have Giganta, which is our final boss. And what else? And these three are our mobs in the levels. We have Alang over there. This one we use it in the first level, we call it Jada, and then we reuse the same model for the second level, and just change the texture and call it Alang. And then these two you can find them in the foundry level. So basically that's it for our characters. Our characters are limited to about 3 to 4K polygons with 10 to 4 texture size. And that's about it. For environment, I'd like to pass to Hafiz.
Okay, my turn. So talking a little bit about the environment, I think Eugene forgot to mention it a bit, but the main theme for our project is using Balinese culture and integrating it into the general design of our games and whatnot. And also the environmental design in our games is divided between two, which are indoor levels such as dungeons and foundries and factories and whatnot, and also an outdoor level for players to explore. Next slide, please. Here we have some of the outdoor sort of environmental props that we have for the game. As you can see on the top left corner there is one of our environmental concept arts by our team leader Nick. And so based on his concepts and designs for the environment, we use it to create these props for the environment that would blend in towards their surroundings. For example, this tree and statue model here were based for one of our outdoor levels, which is a sort of a forest which is affected by evil beings and whatnot. And also that mushroom over there, modeled by Cole, is sort of a mushroom that grows naturally in the environment that players can use as a jumping platform. Next. So these are some screenshots of our forest level, which is our showcase outdoor level. So the concept for this particular area is basically it's an area of forest that has been corrupted by something that is evil and is destroying the natural forces of nature, which ties in with our theme of technology versus nature. So you can see it affects everything in our environmental design, from the color theme and lighting of our level itself to the creatures and props that are set in it. So next slide. So these are some props that we have in a dungeon theme level of our game, which is actually the first level. And same as before, there is on the top left corner is concept art by our team leader Nick. And also we use that to sort of create these props over here. Some interesting things for integrating the Balinese theme within our game design, environmental design, sorry. We integrated the barong mask designs that you can see a lot in Balinese culture. We try to integrate it into the environmental designs of the cages and the traps here. As well, we use sort of like something that we try to mimic traditional Balinese carving motifs by implementing them within the models that we feature here. So next one. So this is our dungeon level, which is actually the first part of the game, which is where Arjuna, our main hero, escaped from this dungeon complex run by the Australs, the main bad guys of the game. So he has to maneuver across the dungeon to escape by going through these traps and puzzles that are themed around the environment. For example, this swinging platform room here that we have engineered is supposed to be like you're traveling through the production line or the internal systems of the prison and whatnot. And also you can see here one of our creatures in the game, the Jada, which act as some of the props, the creatures that roam around in the dungeons. As well, on the bottom right corner here, we have one of the first boss in our game, which is called the Mother, which is basically a mad or eon creature that has been twisted by the Austral to serve their purposes within the dungeon. So the player will literally have to fight this monster to get through the part of the level. Next. And also these are some more assorted props we had in another part of the game, which is called the Foundry. So as you can see, the Balinese element also comes in here, where we try to implement all these carvings and designs that would mimic Balinese culture as well. Also, our design team came up with a concept that the bad guys in the game were actually using the essence or spiritual force of the good guys to power their machinery and technology and whatnot. So we tried to implement them within the designs. For example, this energy bar here that is run through around the entire level to power up stuff and whatnot. Also applies to those big pipes and the level up there. So next. So this is our third level in the game, which is called the Foundry. As you can see, it is supposed to be a production facility that the Austral use for the manufacturing weapons and creatures and whatnot, so we get a very industrial mood. And we tried to twist a bit of the Balinese element to make it seem more evil and imperial. So next. And also these are some of the other props that we got featured in the game itself. So for example, this barricade and flag were used in the Foundry level we just showed you just now. And here are also some of the plants and creatures that we modeled for within the game. So we tried to model and design the creatures and props so that they would seem natural at first, but we gave them a unique twist that fits our game's more Balinese fantasy theme. Next slide. So here I'm going to move into 2D cinematics for the game. This is basically the main driving force that we use to drive and tell the story of Kayangan Saga. So it's basically using the method of cutscenes within the game to tell the story throughout. So over here, of course, the style that we use for the 2D cinematics in the game, we try to do it like motion comics. For example, the Metal Gear Solid comic that was released on the PSP a few years back, sorry. So we try to use that kind of style for our cinematic intros. So on the left hand side here, you can see some of the rough storyboard ideas that were done by the story development team, sorry. So we use that as a rough guideline for setting the pace of the storyline of the cutscenes, setting the shots and whatever for the cinematics. And also on the right here, you can see some of the finalized arts for the characters in their frames and also for environmental art. These two pieces were done by our team leader, Nick Go, as well. And also Wen Biao, our environmental artist from China, did most of the background art for the cinematics. Next. Also, we have another sample here from our cinematic finalized art. So, well, you can see that some of the frames are a little bit larger. Our game's resolution is around, what, 1280 times 720, right? Yeah, about that. So we had to make it a little bit bigger so that our cinematic artists can use the scene to be panned and scrolled within our software of choice, which is the Adobe After Effects, to do the compositing for our movies and whatnot. And also here you can see some more storyboards for this secondary cutscene here, which is for the second level, the forest. Next. And also here, just a little bit of sample of how we integrate the hand-drawn 2D art done in Photoshop, as well as with effects and particles within Adobe After Effects to make the scene itself within the final cinematic seem more vibrant, lively, and very interesting. So, next. Also, here's another sample of how we use Adobe After Effects to create the visual effects within the cutscenes and whatnot. So you can see upstairs there is the finalized art for the scene, and through this progression over here is you can see how the particle effects for the creature effects and whatnot are processed in After Effects. So, and also here are some of the finalized artwork that we had for the cutscenes. Most of them are done by Nick, I suppose, right? Yeah. So most of them are done by Nick, and yeah, that's it. I have to show you for 2D cinematics. So for 3D animation, I'm going to pass to Jay over here.
This is a countdown. This is a countdown, is it? It's going down. Sorry, stop.
Good evening, everyone. Who is Eugene? Eugene. I'm now presenting the rigging and animation for Saga. I've done most of the custom rig for all the characters inside the game. The reason why I choose custom rig is because it's more